And today, we're reacting to POV You Wake Up in the Year 2526. At this point, I don't believe anything will be different. When I was little, they used to say things like, when you big, you probably get to have flying cars or something like that. And I genuinely believed it. Ain't nothing changed, my nigga. What, we got AI? Let's get into the video. Let's do it.
The pen is cheap. That's the detail you'll remember 500 years from now. A blue ballpoint, plastic, the kind you steal from a bank without thinking. It sits on a clipboard on a desk in a waiting room that smells.
Oh, I went on a preview. Oh.
The pen.
That's the third time we done watched this intro.
Second pen scratches against a second.
What would it take for y'all to do something like this where you're signing 45 pages to essentially be frozen to wake up in 2526? What would it take? What if on the other end of it, right, it was $100 million when you came back? $100 million. And mind you, it was just like a blink. Like you go in, you blink, and you come out, and it's the new year. For $100 million, would you do this? Nothing the weed's too good right now. Terminal illness. Okay. I'd rather go to heaven. There's some Fallout shit. Imagine waking up to nothing. You do run. That's the thing. You run the risk of a nigga saying $100 million, bro. But by the time that this is going on, $100 million will probably be worth like, who knows, $1 million. So you'll be a millionaire. You have 1 million, and then they'll fucking tax you. So you'll get like 600,000
page at the exact same moment yours finishes. You don't notice. You won't notice for 500 years. The countdown is in a voice you didn't expect.
I can't miss LeBron's last game.
And soothing. A man, older. He tells you you'll feel a coolness and then a warmth and then nothing. You close your eyes. The coolness comes first, then the warmth, then light. Your body is wrong. Not bad wrong, different wrong. There's no fire in your stomach. There's no metal taste in your mouth from the medication you took every 6 hours for the last year of your life. Your hand lifts when you tell it to. The veins are younger. You feel healthy.
Oh, shit.
A face moves into view. She says, you made it. She says the year, and your brain refuses it for a full 3 seconds before your body catches up and you start.
Y'all trolling me. They're gonna be like, trolling? What's that? What language is that? You know what? In 500 years, the English language would probably sound so different. Like, think about what the language probably sounded like 500 years ago from now. Like, certain things. You saying shit like, you trolling. Like, what is trolling? What is that?
To cry. She doesn't look surprised. She's done this before. Her name is Mira. She's your guide. She tells you you've been gone for 503 years. She tells
won't exist in 500 years, probably?
That you were one of 41 people preserved in 2026 who were successfully revived. The rest
Where are they
didn't
at?
make it.
Oh!
She walks you to a window and shows you the future.
Oh, hell no. Because I definitely would have wanted some company. Like, at least we could go through it together. Damn, what happened to them?
What you see is a city, towers that move slightly in the wind because they are partly grown from the earth, streets that are gardens, edged with flowers and colors you don't have names for, air that smells like nothing, the way air should smell if no one had ever been allowed to ruin
It
it.
should look like Houston.
And above it all, the cars. They glide. Not zip, not fly, but they glide. Long.
You know what? I'll say this. 500 years, there's gotta be flying cars. That's gotta be the norm. Flying cars, 500 years. Think about it. 500 years ago. What was 500 years from 2026? All right. I just wanted 2026 minus 500. I thought maybe it would just 1526. What major things that happened in 1526? Charles V signed the Treaty of Madrid, forcing Francis to renounce his claims to Burgundy, Italy, and Flanders. What else y'all got? See, this is shit that like so this was probably before like what was the transportation? Just horseback? Were they even doing like I said Dior's birthday? Was that even the case? Was it horse? I guess. Maybe they've always been riding horses. 1526? Lamborghinis. That was hard. Look up. Okay. That's a good one. Technology in 1526 was defined by the rapid adoption of firearms. The Matchlock muskets and heavy cannons, notably used by Ottomans at Mocha's and Baber at Penipet. If you ever wish payday came sooner, this will actually help. There's a banking app called Current with a bunch of useful features. One of the main ones lets you access up to $750 of your paycheck early if you switch your payroll over. Current has features like paycheck advance, overdraft, the build card, and even though the paycheck advance is my favorite, if you're focused on building your credit or just want a smoother way to manage your money, handles everything in one app. I rock with this app myself, which is clearly why I partner with them. And right now they're giving $75 to anybody who signs up using my link or scans the QR code on the screen. Scan the QR code, it'll take you straight to the sign up page where you can create your account. Go through the normal sign up steps, enter your information, order your current card. That easy. After you complete those steps, you'll see the option to put in a promo code. Use mine, code Astral, which unlocks a $75 bonus whenever you link your direct deposit. Go through the full sign up process so you don't miss it. If you feel like managing money is stressful or tight, it's definitely worth checking out Current because this is exactly what it's designed to help with, helping people like you stay more on top of your finances. Key advancement included movable type printing in Europe, the earliest illustrated surgical atlases. I don't know what any of this is. Armor, while gunpowder was advancing, steel armor and melee weapons. Yeah, so it's just a whole lot of clink, 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 clink. So, okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I say all that to say, maybe flying cars.
Silent shapes moving in lanes you can't see. Layer after layer of them stacked into a sky that has been engineered.
I know what a cannon is.
Them. You watch one drift down toward a landing pad on a tower roof and touch down without a sound. 500 years. You start crying again.
Right.
The first week blurs. Clothes that adjust to your body without you understanding how. A room where the walls go gold when you want them gold. You ride in one of the cars.
Nah.
For about 10 days, you fall asleep grateful. The first wrong thing.
Nah, you'll probably end up taking your own life. It's too much.
Is small. Mira is showing you the gardens when she stops at a bench and pulls out 2 containers of food. She hands you
wouldn't survive eating that.
One, and you
no
open
way.
It. It's peanut butter.
No way a slave master would survive eating a steak from a steakhouse these days. Something would happen to him. I don't know what, but something. The food would be too processed, whatever's going on.
On toast, cut diagonally. You stare at it. You haven't told Mira you like peanut butter. You haven't told anyone in this world anything about what you eat. You've been here 6 days and every meal has been served to you and every meal has been something you didn't recognize. This is from before. Your mother used to cut your toast like this, diagonal. It's not in any file you've ever seen. Mira is already eating. She doesn't notice you staring, or she doesn't look like she notices.
She killing that shit.
You eat the toast, and you don't say anything. The second wrong thing is bigger. You ask Mira if there's still cancer. She tells you no. You ask her how. She starts talking. A date, a name, a research institution.
What's the diseases look like in a year like this? Some shit that just you can't even fathom. Cancer is probably like a common cold. Oh yeah, we got a pill for that. That's like you buy that over the counter. Like, oh damn, I got cancer. I need to go get that shit at the at CVS. What's CVS?
Her voice is bright the whole time. But
what are some businesses too that will be here in 500 years? Like what's a business? Probably Apple. Apple will probably still be here for sure.
Halfway through the story, she skips. Not a pause, a skip. She jumps from one sentence to the next like there's a paragraph between them she was told to leave out. You wait for her to finish. You smile and nod and say, wow. That night, you stare at the ceiling for a long time. The next morning, you ask about the public archives. Mira lights up, tells you that of course you can access them, that everything is open. She walks you to a console in the library and leaves you alone with it. You look up your own name first. There's an obituary.
Except Palantir. It's Dior files.
You look up the cryonics company. They went bankrupt in 2071. Their assets were sold at auction. You follow the auction record. The buyer was a research group. The research group was dissolved in 2189 after, and here the entry stops. Just a sentence fragment and a redaction mark and a note that the records are sealed by court order. Sealed
free cash with a Dior hologram.
By court order. In a future where everything is supposed to be open. You type one more search. Subject 7. A phrase you saw in the auction section. A single...
If I still got to type during this time, if I can't just think some shit and it show up on the screen, I'm going to be pissed. If I still got to type on something, I don't care if it's a hologram or not. I'm going to be mad.
Loads. A scientific paper from 2154. Most of it is redacted. The abstract mentions a subject referred to as 7. The dates of the study run from 2089 to 2151. You close the console. You walk back to your gold-lit room. You smile at Mira and tell her the archives were lovely. You don't rest. You go looking the next night. Mira showed you around the facility days ago.
Show me the world.
You take a wrong turn looking for a stairwell. The walls in this hallway are darker. At the end of it, leaning against a door frame like he's been waiting, is a man. Old, white-haired, and thin. His left hand is missing the
talking about he old. Nigga, you old.
Tip of the ring finger. He says your name. You stop walking. He tilts his head toward the room behind him. You found subject 7. You'll find the rest of it whether I help you or not. Come in. You only get one chance to see this.
NBA still around? Yeah. The NBA would still be around. It would probably be like, I wonder who would be dominating the NBA. It wouldn't be niggas. The tides will have turned by then. Maybe Indians. Indians will probably be going crazy, going dumb. Robots. Okay, yeah, that's probably what it would be. You're right. It'll probably be more so like some type of building. Yeah, you're building people. Yeah. It's probably building people and shit. Robot enhancement. You're right. Indians not running the NBA. Cyborgs, right.
The room is full of old screens. He taps one with the bent finger. A document loads. Your contract.
They ain't showing nothing cool, bro.
Page 31, y'all still... section 14,
what's that say?
Subsection C. Read it. You read it.
What's your tone,
It
nigga?
says that you consented to the use of your preserved body and neural data in ongoing comparative research applications for the duration of your preservation period.
What does that mean?
It says the company can thaw, sample, copy, and re-preserve your material as needed. It says
I'm talking about your seminal fluid.
consciousness from your neural data is the property of the company. You read it twice. The third time, you finally understand. How many? He doesn't look at you. 412 that we have records of.
Why do y'all cloning me like that? What the fuck I got going on?
You sit down on the floor.
So guess what? You would be, hey, if they cloning him, they definitely got some LeBron clones around.
Tells it slow. The cryonics company went under in 2071. Your contract was sold at auction. The buyer used the clause to begin running experiments on your tissue and your scanned neural data.
God.
For hundreds of years, copies of your mind were spun up in simulated environments. Some lived for hours, some for years. Some were given full lives in labs you would never see, and then erased when the data was collected. He pauses on that one. Full life.
For it to Earth, Dior said like hell on Earth. If you crack your clone, is that gay?
Childhood to old age. There are copies of you that lived to 104. There are copies of you that died as children. There are copies that never knew anything but the inside of a research environment. And they had names and they had favorite songs. And then when the experiment was over, someone just hit a key. He looks at you. The technology that lets the people of this city live forever, they built it on us, the cryosleepers. The ones who didn't read page 31. In 2189, the new government passed laws against what had been done. The records were sealed. The 41 of us who had been preserved well enough to be revived were placed under the care of the state. Promised peace. Promised a beautiful welcome. We were promised a future. But we weren't promised the truth, you say. They think you've suffered enough. They think the kindest thing is to let you die a happy old man in a gold-lit room. Well, I don't agree with them. You ask him who he is. He's one of the 41. Woke up 15 years ago. Had a mirror. Had a gold room. Had a flying car. And he found a corridor. He found a man who knew his name. Now he is the man. The chain has been going for a while. There's one more thing, he says. He taps the screen. A second contract identical to yours. Signed on the same day, the same hour, the same facility.
Oh God, where are my M's at? They playing. I'm saying, hey, I bet you said so. You look, bro. I'm the wrong clone. I'm not worried about that. You said they cloning me. All right, well, they using my genetic material, what? My seminal fluid? Hey, where my $1 million at? You feel me? Where my family gravesite at so I can just go look at it?
Different room.
It's not here?
Different name on the signature line. Her name is Hannah. She was your pair. The research group worked in pairs. Every cryosleeper was matched with another. The two of you were thawed together, copied together, simulated together in matched conditions for hundreds of years. Every life one of your copies lived, one of hers lived alongside it. The second pen you heard behind that door in 2026 was hers. When you can speak again, you ask the question.
Oh yeah, $1 million is nothing during this time. For sure. If you don't, making $1 million is probably like making $40,000 a year.
Is she alive? He nods. She woke up 2 years ago. She remembers. You ask how. One of her copies, one of the long-running ones, when the research group merged it back into her prime template for storage, some of the memories bled across. It was a flaw, a bug. She woke up 2 years ago remembering things she shouldn't have been able to remember. Lives she'd never lived. A face she'd never seen. The face was yours. She's been waiting, he says. You're the only other person in the world who shares what happened to her. It takes 4 days. 4 days of being the most grateful, most easily managed cryosleeper Mira has ever guided. 4 days of going to bed early. 4 days of letting her think you suspect nothing. The old man slips you what you need on the third day. A name, an address, and a way to get there without being tracked. On the fourth night, after Mira leaves, you get...
Why am I being put to bed every night, though? And are you saying I can't leave and explore the city? What the fuck? What's up, gang? Y'all talking about I can't leave and explore why every night I get tucked in? I'm a grown-ass man.
Get dressed in the clothes you came in 500 years ago, and you
oh, man, you tripping. They're gonna be like,
walk out.
That's a 500-year-old nigga.
But the cars still glide overhead. You walk 11 blocks. You stop in front of a small...
Oh, yeah, you know all types of weird-ass noises. Hey, the music that you probably hear driving by in cars probably make your head explode, boy. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. This nigga walking in the street like normal. No fucking way that's happening. And then the crime... Boy, you understand that crime is probably something lethal. You probably get away with murder on some regular shit. That's just that's like stepping on a bug. Boy, that shit over with.
Building with a green door. You knock. The woman who opens the door is in her 40s. She knows your face. You have never seen her in your life. She steps aside.
Facts,
you walk into her home. The door closes behind you. You stand in her small kitchen for a long time without speaking. She makes tea. You sit down at her kitchen table. She slides the cup over to you the way Elena slid the contract across 500 years ago.
I'm not drinking that, bro. My body can't take that. Niggas thought too slimy was bad.
Hannah looks at you. We have a lot to talk about. You nod. She talks for a long time. She tells you about the memories. Not all of them. She says there are too many. But she tells you about the ones that won't leave. A house, small, wooden floors, a window that looked out on a yard with a single tree. She lived there for 46 years in one of the simulations. She had a dog. She had a job she didn't love. She had a neighbor who brought her soup when it rained. She knows it wasn't real. She knows the house was code and the dog was data and the neighbor was a variable in someone's experiment. She knows this. But it doesn't help. She tells you about the other ones, the short ones, waking up in a white room, being asked questions she didn't understand, being watched, being reset. She doesn't remember dying, but she remembers the moment before it, in some of them, a feeling like the air being turned off. You ask her what she wants to do. The records are sealed, she says, but the records exist. The old man showed me where.
Freaky, bro.
There are names, dates, procedures. Every experiment.
Y'all over here talking about cracking shit, bro. You in a new land 500 years later, bro. You ain't seen a single I want to see what TV looking like. I'll worry about that. Yeah, I'm gonna start getting them urges for sure. But, bro, you ain't seen what TV look like. You know what I'm saying? You ain't heard a lick of music. You also probably, I guess you probably wouldn't be that famous. Y'all think niggas like Michael Jackson? Like, nah, ain't no way they give a fuck about no Michael Jackson. That shit probably, like, to us sound like, how that sound to us? That's probably how that shit sound to them. They like, what the fuck is this? Cut this shit off.
Is logged.
What I need TV for? Bro, I gotta see what 500 year later TV look like.
In a server room 4 levels below the facility where you woke up. She puts her hands flat on the table. The people in this city don't know. They don't know what built their world. They think the technology came from a lab. They think it was clean. They think no one got hurt. They did get hurt, you say. 412 times, she says, that they have records of. She tells you the plan. It isn't complicated. The old man has access. He's had access for years. The files can be copied. The copies can be released. Every sealed record, every redacted paper, every experiment log, all of it pushed into the public archives that Mira told you were open, making them actually open. The government will deny it, Hannah says. They'll say the records are fabricated. They'll say we're confused. They'll say the cryosleepers are
This is too much, man. I think I'm just gonna live my life for real.
Traumatized and unreliable. Are we, you say? She almost smiles. Probably, but the files don't lie. The dates match. The procedures match. And there are 41 of us. That's 41 people who can stand in front of this city and say, this is what you built your paradise on. You look at her across the table. This woman you've never met. This woman who lived alongside you for hundreds of years in places neither of you can fully remember. When, you say. Tomorrow, she says, if you're in. You walk back to the facility in the dark. The city is the most beautiful thing you have ever seen, and you know now what it cost. You let yourself back into your gold-lit room. You lie down. You close your eyes. You think about 420.
I never understood niggas that could fall asleep with the lights on. Don't get it.
12 versions of yourself, waking up, living, and being erased.
He said Mexico's not going to exist. What race do y'all think wouldn't be here anymore? I almost want to say black people will probably it'd be a little scarce. I don't know why. Something tell me like, won't be that many of us.
You think about the copies of Hannah who live next to the copies of you in matched conditions in worlds someone else designed. And you think about the people in this city, the ones who will never get cancer, the ones whose children will never die of anything. The ones who walk through gardens in clean air under a sky full of silent cars and never once wonder how it got this way. They were all just simulations, right? Just code and data, not real people. It wasn't actually you, right? But Hannah remembers the house with the wooden floors. She remembers the dog. She remembers 46 years of a life that someone built to study her and then deleted when they had what they needed. That's not code. That's a person who had a favorite mug and a morning routine and a spot on the couch where the cushion wore thin. 412 of those. But because of them, no one in this city will ever die the way you were supposed to die. No one will have to sign a 43-page contract at 3 a.m. because it's the only option left. You don't know if that makes it okay. You don't know if anything makes it okay. You don't know if the question even has an answer, or if it's the kind of question that just sits in your chest for the rest of your life and never leaves. You think about the pen, the cheap blue ballpoint on the clipboard on the desk in the waiting room that smelled like burnt coffee.
Dear God.
The way your hand was shaking. The way you didn't read page 31. You think about the second pen, the one behind the door, the one you heard for half a second and then forgot for 500 years. Tomorrow, you could make sure no one forgets what you had to go through. Or you could let it go.
That nigga blood stupid.
Walk through the gardens, ride the cars, let Mira bring you breakfast, let the gold-lit room be enough. 412 versions of you suffered so that no one in this city ever has to. If you tear that open, you don't give those copies their lives back. You just take the city's peace away. You don't know which is worse. You close your eyes, you don't sleep.
Always read page whatever. That being said, let me know what y'all think, man. Like the video, sub up, comment, channel. I love that. I appreciate your girlfriend. We gonna edit it like do.